All right, folks, so it's finally here. It's been about 4 months, and I'm going to start this off with a link right there to the previous video before I sent this in. These were my grades. I was trying to get a MS65 with Morgan dollars for, well, because I want to get an MS65. So this was some of my best Morgans that I sent in search of that MS65. If you haven't seen the other video, please go watch it if you're interested. And yeah, let's tear into this. Okay, starting things off from the back of the box. This should be an 1878 San Francisco. It had a double nostril and a double eyelid. So I sent it in for variety attribution, but apparently it is not a variety that PCGS recognizes, so I did not get the variety attribution. However, I thought it would be a 62 or a 63, and I got an MS63. Next one is also an 1878S. And I sent this in for variety attribution at the same time because when I usually get an 1878 S or Philly, there's so many varieties that I usually just send it in for variety attribution. If you don't get the variety attribution, they only charge you half. So it normally costs 18 bucks at the point of making this video. So it cost me $9 when I don't get it. Anyway, this one I thought would be a 64, and it came back as 63. So boo on that. And there's 20 coins altogether, just so you know. This one is an 1879 S. See right there. This one I thought would be a 63. And yes, I was looking for a 65, but I was trying to be realistic at the same time. So I thought this would be a 63, and I got a 63. So not too shabby on that one. This one is an 1879 Philly. I thought that it would be a 63, and I got AU58. This was the worst one out of all of them. And to be honest, I sent these in, 4 months ago. Looking at it now, I totally understand why it was, but there's just, some corrosion on it or something that I just totally overlooked it. So yeah, I kind of blew it on this one, but still a pretty nice coin. Just not what I was hoping it would be. This one, what was this one? This one is an 1880S. And this one, I did think would be a 65 or even better. I mean, this one is a very nice coin. The cheek is, just a couple very light scuffs on the cheek. And what I was actually expecting was those little bag marks right there. I thought that that would keep me from getting a 65 on this. So what did I get? I got a PCGS MS 65. So I guess that one spot on. And And you can see here, not so good on this one. Now, I have recently gone through all 1,400 of my Morgans and been looking for variety attributions, the major variety attributions, the Hot 50, Top 100, Elite, Clashes, all those. And well, you know what it is. It's an 1881S, but I've started to notice some of the really finer cleaning. And so that's helped me get an eye for it. And after getting this back and taking a closer look at it, I did realize, okay, yeah, it's been cleaned. But it's unk details, so I'll put the value at the bottom end of the uncirculated. Next one, what was that one? That was the 81S. This one should be an 82S. And I thought it would be a 64, and it was an MS64. Nailed it. Okay, 82S. This one is an 83O. And I have it down as a 63 or a 64. And you can actually see, I don't know if that's a fingerprint or something that happened, you know, in production of it. It looks like a fingerprint though, but it wasn't mine. At any rate, I thought it would be a 63 or a 64, and it came back 62, so I missed that one by 1. Okay, this one here, all pretty. This one here was an 85O. Pretty nice, I'll say. I thought it would be a 63 or a 64, and I did go for a variety attribution, but I don't remember why. I think, no, it's the next one. Anyway, I got a 64 plus on this one, so better than I thought it would get. However, man, just give me a 65. That's a really nice coin. Especially when you consider the 65 I got, like it had those, I call them worse than bag marks. I mean, they were indentations from getting banged up by stuff, and this one doesn't have that. It's just got bag marks. So I think they undergraded this one. Okay, so this next one you can see, not so great, genuine, not gradable. It is, keep covering it out of habit, another 1885. I had it rated as a 63 or 64. So this was the one, if you watch the old video, that there is a dimple in its, like right in the crotch. And I thought that would get me like details damaged or repaired or something like that. But it's saying it's cleaned. And honestly, I was looking at it through the loop, and you do see some very fine scratches, but it's not like what you would see on a clean coin. It's, you know, I don't know, they're really spotty. They're not like in parallel with each other, close grouped together. They're just very random. So I almost feel like they miscategorized this one, being that it, you know, something happened to it along the way. Maybe it got dragged along the surface somewhere and got some of those fine scratches. Who knows? But yeah, they're calling it cleaned, and sorry, I don't agree with that on this one. But it is what it is. Next one here is an 1887 Philly. I sent this in with a variety attribution. There's some variety, I don't remember what the VAM is, but I had it that the L and the I in Liberty were touching. After looking at it, getting it back, they're not touching. So I don't know what I saw. I don't know. I guess I just didn't look good enough, or it's not the coin I set in. I don't who knows? With what PCGS has been pulling on me lately, I wouldn't be surprised. And I've heard other people say that too. So I'm kind of losing a little bit of faith in PCGS, not because of the grades. I'll accept the grades. It's other things that I'll show you in other videos of what the heck they're pulling on me. Anyway, 87 Philly. I thought it would be a 63 or a 64, and I got a 63. So lower end of my guess. Next one. Okay, next one is another 87 Philly. And I was worried that this would be a details coin, but it did not come back details cleaned. It is, well, I was thinking it would be a 63 or a 64, and it came back as a 64, so on the higher end of what I was thinking. And why I thought it would be details, I remember mentioning in the old video something about the luster, thinking it just didn't match or something, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I've gone through all 1,400 of my Morgans now. I've seen so many of them that, you know, through the loop too, not just glancing at them. I was inspecting every single one of them over the course of about the last month or 6 weeks or so, a little bit every day. And I've seen so many now that this one doesn't look odd to me anymore, but it is what it is. And more bad news. Genuine, not gradable. And this one, I did look through this closer. I gotta say, I don't see anything on this one. So I don't know if they think it was dipped or what. I mean, I don't see any of those fine lines. There's lines, there's scratches and stuff, but I don't see the fine lines that would usually get it a details. Not in, well, I guess right there you can kind of see. But again, really, is that cleaned? Seriously? I mean, usually on a clean coin, I mean, they're everywhere. Parallel lines over the fields and the devices back and forth where you can see somebody scrubbed it. Something like that. I mean, there's just a few lines. I mean, that to me would say that it got rubbed against something, not that somebody was actually trying to clean it. There's like, I don't know, I feel that's kind of ridiculous. Sometimes they just don't want to give you stuff, I feel. Anyway, 1898, cleaned hunk details. I thought that last one was going to be a 64, by the way. So here we go with a 1900 New Orleans. I thought it would be a 64. And I gotta say, some of these coins are quite nice. I mean, I've gotten 64s on way worse coins than this. Sometimes it's surprising what they'll give you. But anyway, 1900 O, MS63. I thought it'd be a 64. Another one. (1902) New Orleans. I've got it graded as a 62, or sorry, 1902 New Orleans. I've got it graded as a 63 or a 64 with a variety attribution, a cracked date, and a weak strike. So again, after going through all of these, all my other ones, I wish I would have taken a little bit more time to take a look at these, because I would see some funny things here and there, and I would just send it in for variety attribution instead of actually looking, doing more research, trying to go for the top varieties. Even though it only cost me $9 if they don't do the variety attribution, but it's still, that's $9 I could have saved. Anyway, didn't get the variety attribution, PCGS MS63. And like I said, I thought it'd be a 63 or a 64, so lower end. Check out the damage on his wing there. What the heck? Which one is this? 19040. Okay, I did send this in for variety attribution, and I thought it would be the fish hook. You can see there's no, nothing on his lips there, which again, now that I know more, kind of stupid that I went for the variety attribution, but the reason I did it is because if you look very closely between the B and the U on the rim, there's a cud there, and that is one of the markers for the fishhook variety. However, without the clashing at the lips, the strike through, whatever you want to call it, I didn't get that variety attribution. So anyway, 1904 New Orleans. I thought it would be a 62 or potentially be a details coin. So I got a 63. Obviously not a details, so that's good, and higher than what I actually thought it was going to be. So yay for me there. So this one's a 1904 O. No variety attribution, but I thought it was pretty nice. Cheek's pretty clean, fields are pretty good. I thought it was going to be a 64, and I got a 63. So, yeah, I'm still happy with that. The only one out of this group that I didn't get a 63 on, do worse than a 63, was that 179 that I don't know what the hell I was thinking on that one. Okay, on to the Carson Cities. So some of these are really nice. (1882) Carson City. Pretty nice coin. I thought it was going to be a 63, and I got a 63. So I nailed this one. This one's really clean, except for that dot of actual dirt or gunk on his chest, but the fields are very nice, really nice strike on it. And 1884. Look at the fields. They're super clean. Cheek's nice. Now you get those certain angles and you can see it everywhere where something just touched it. You know, it worked off that nice little frostiness, but there's no severe gouges. This one kind of does right there. But still a really nice coin. I thought this one would come back a 63 or a 64, and I got a 64. All right, guys, last one. This one here is pretty nice, I gotta say. Look at the fields on this one. I mean, pretty darn clean compared to others. And anyway, 1884 CC. I thought I'd get a 63, 64 on it, and I got a 64. And I'm happy about that. But I gotta say, I'm gonna pull out that 65, and I wanna see how it compares, because this is a really nice coin. Looking at it now, I don't know why I didn't go for 65 on it. Maybe it's because of his chin here. That's probably why. That's gotta be it. Some kind of markings on his chin. In fact, okay, now that I look at that, almost surprised they gave me a 64 and not a 63. And the reason for that is it had the fields been more marked up. I mean, look at the back. Man, that's a clean coin. Had the fields been more marked up on the front and back, I probably would have got a 63. But those striations on the chin there, that's probably what kept me from getting a 65, to be totally honest with you. So anyway, I'm still curious. I'm gonna pull it out and compare it against the 65. Okay, here. You can see both of them here. Really compare the two. 65 on the left, 64 on the right. And I'm seeing it now. Even without that marking on her chin. I mean, that 65 is clean. Really clean. Got more of the markings in the fields here, even though these fields are very clean. These are cleaner. And look at her cheek. I mean, not much of anything on there. Got a little bit there. Looking at the backs. It's got those fingerprint marks on the back of that one too. You see those really fine lines in the fields too. Those are actually polishing marks when they polish the dies before they strike them. But really clean. Not many marks back there. This one, again, beautiful as well, but not quite. To be honest, I'd say the backs are comparable, but the fronts are not. And I would say that's what that kept me from getting a 65. If that hadn't been on her chin, that would have been a 65. Oh well, is what it is. So anyway, please subscribe if you have not, like if you haven't already, and leave a comment below. It helps if you like seeing more content like this. It just helps me want to do it. So for more hardcore coin content, subscribe. See you on the next one, guys.